Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking an exclusive, and this is from All Hip Hop, because Magro Grams, as you'll know, who is a blogger, YouTuber, content creator, is being sued from Megan Thee Stallion, right? So Megan Thee Stallion is suing her, right? Well, an exclusive that came in is Magro Grams is dropped for allegedly stiffing a lawyer in Megan Thee Stallion battle. Magro Grams was dropped by her attorney in a lawsuit brought on by Megan Thee Stallion, but is now represented by the same legal team as Tory Lanez. Magro Grams lost her attorney in the middle of her legal fight with Megan Thee Stallion after her lawyer claimed that she failed to pay and made his job impossible. Despite the loss, Magro Grams is still backed by the same nonprofit defending Tory Lanez. Attorney Michael A. Pansier filed a motion to withdraw as Grams' local counsel in her federal civil case, citing irreconcilable differences and unpaid legal fees that make this role unreasonably difficult. The lawsuit that was filed by Megan Thee Stallion in October of 2024 accuses Magro Grams of defamation, cyberstalking, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, invasion of privacy, and distributing deepfake pornography. Megan's lawsuit alleges that Magro Grams spent years harassing her online, acting as a surrogate for Lanez, who was convicted in 2022 of shooting Megan and sentenced to 10 years in prison. The complaint claims that Grams spread false information about the case, including conspiracy theories and incorrect claims that the firearm used in the shooting had vanished from the evidence. Megan's legal team is seeking a jury trial and compensatory and punitive damages. The suit includes screenshots of Grams' social media posts as evidence. Despite the legal shakeup, Grams, whose real name, and it says what her real name is still represented by attorney Michael Hayden and the nonprofit law firm Unite the People Incorporated. The same firm also represents Tory Lanez, who is not a name defended in the suit, but has been pulled into the case through a court-ordered deposition. Tory Lanez was ordered to testify in the case to determine whether he funded or directed Grams' alleged smear campaign. During the deposition, Lanez reportedly disrupted proceedings, feigned confusion over simple words, and made misogynistic remarks towards Megan's attorney. The deposition was then cut short, and Megan's lawyers have since asked the court to hold him in contempt and impose actions. Unite the People has pushed back on this lawsuit. They have been calling it an attack on Magro Grams' First Amendment rights. The nonprofit said it plans to defend the other influencers facing similar legal threats from Megan Thee Stallion, y'all. And this is just a wild situation, y'all, as well. And we got to talk about it. There's a lot going on as it is pertaining to Tory Lanez. As y'all know, he was stabbed allegedly 14 times. As y'all know, they presented it as though Tory Lanez's defense team had like a big smoking gun that was going to, acquit him of the charges and all this and that. And there was no legal papers that was filed, but a former bodyguard of Kelsey came out, who is, of course, Megan Thee Stallion's former best friend, as of course her and Megan is the one who allegedly got into it with Tory Lanez because of all of the foolishness of Tory Lanez messing with the both of them, right? And so nonetheless, this former bodyguard, they had this presser this week, y'all. They had this presser this week where they were like, Kelsey told me in an SUV that she is the one who shot Megan Thee Stallion, right? Who did the pow-powing and everything else. And everybody's like, ooh, and I told you so. Tory Lanez is innocent. Free Tory Lanez. Chris Brown and Drake are on the free Tory Lanez bandwagon. And it's like, do y'all even know what he is in jail for, y'all? Do you all know the official charges and everything else? And all of this tomfoolery, there's receipts of Tory Lanez saying that Kelsey wasn't the shooter on his verified account, y'all. And even with all of this rigmarole, the court is still saying that there has been no official paperwork that has been filed after this press conference. So it just felt like I keep saying, a dog and pony show, right? And so I bring this now because now Jason Lee is saying allegedly that he's got some receipts that he has been, provided, that basically Tory Lanez is now trying to say that he took the fall because he is trying to protect 2 black women. What? No. What? I know you lying. I know you lying because here's the thing. One look at Tory Lanez's father is why you're lying. Because immediately when Tory Lanez was convicted and everything else and the jury found him guilty and everything else, why did your daddy, Tory Lanez, come out of that courthouse talking about this is a conspiracy, Rock Nation will crumble, this is all Rock Nation's fault, and everything else? Blaming Jay-Z, blaming Rock Nation, saying that this is all a scheme that was set up to have Tory Lanez in prison and that he allegedly didn't want to sign some type of deal with the industry and everything else and be their industry puppet. He didn't want to sell his soul. They wanted to shut down, remember during the pandemic, they wanted to shut down quarantine radio. The Tory Lanez, he was making too much of a name for himself by basically having an Instagram live of having girls twerk on the Instagram live for CashApp show. It was a hot mess. It needed to be shut down. It was derogatory. It was inappropriate law. We gotta keep it a buck, right? But apparently Rock Nation, they were jealous of the success of quarantine radio. Mind you, there has not been anything similar to anything of a quarantine radio since then. So what were they jealous about, right? But all these conspiracy theories, y'all. All these conspiracy theories, and I say time and time again, if Tory Lanez is innocent, he had an opportunity to take the stand. He had an opportunity to tell under oath what really happened. He chose not to, y'all. He chose not to. So, nonetheless, you couldn't have thought with the legal team that you had, with how y'all were switching up legal teams and defense attorneys, that this was going to go a certain way for you. You couldn't have thought that by any chance. You should have been, on point to been like, listen, if I didn't do this, let me get on the stand and tell them for what it was. But you knew there were things that were going to incriminate yourself, so therefore you did not get on the stand. And that's it, and that's all. And does anybody know where Tory Lanez is? Is he still allegedly in the hospital? Is he back in prison? Does anybody know a status update? We got the report on the first day of testimony of the Diddy trial that he was stabbed, which I find very ironic and weird. And there's been no updates. They made it seem like it was dire and he was on life support and we didn't know if he was going to come back. And now they're like, there was a couple of collapsed lungs and all this and that. He was stabbed in the face. He was stabbed here, there, and everywhere. But we do not know where he is, you guys. Is he in the hospital? Is he back in jail? We do not know. All we know is it was revealed who the person was that stabbed him, who is also in jail for murder of a child, y'all. Of a 13-year-old. And then there was some controversy because apparently there was some type of petition or GoFundMe or something that was, making the rounds, and it got messy that the owner had to come out and say that this was fake news. Nobody is giving money to this person and everything else as a thank you to stabbing Tory. Like it is just a mess. It is just a mess, but that is it, and that is all that I got for this video. What do y'all think in the comments about all of this foolishness surrounding the Tory Lanez and Megan Stallion of it all, and Magro Grams being dropped by her attorney? I want to know what y'all think in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.